Hey there everyone, how are you doing today? We are back in StarMade, and we have no ship. Why do we have no ship? Because we are going to be starting from scratch. A brand new game that isn't really about me playing around just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. We are going to be starting from the beginning so that I can go ahead and explore the space that is StarMade with you guys. So it should be a lot more entertaining, especially seeing how to get started with this game. Everyone always starts off near a shop, specifically standing on top of one of these little Plex undetonators. Why is everything made out of Plex in this universe? I don't know. Anyway, we need to make our first ship, and our first ship is not really going to be that spectacular. I could go ahead and make our ship entirely out of weapons, but, well, to be honest, weapons are not entirely useful at the beginning of the game. Now, the most useful thing you can make at the beginning of the game is a salvage ship. So let's go ahead and name a salvage ship. What do we want to call the salvage ship? We will call it the Vacuumator. Sure, why not? The Vacuumator. So random. So, in order to actually build, you can build from the outside of your ship, but it's best if you go into your ship's core and go into build mode. By default, you'll start out in build mode. You can switch between build mode and flight mode with the spacebar. If you press the R button, you will hop out of your ship. So be careful with that button. You can go flying through space and accidentally bump R, and your spaceship will go flying off without you, and you will have one heck of a time trying to catch up to it. Usually in those circumstances, it's best to bring another ship core with you. So if it does happen, well, you can catch up to it faster. So, like I said, we can make a ship that's nothing but weapons computer stuff, but I don't really care to do that very often, especially at the beginning of the game. But just for the sake of showing you guys some stuff, we're going to make a really big antimatter cannon. Now, every time you place one of these blocks next to each other, they become part of the same weapons array. So all these antimatter cannons combine to form a single powerful antimatter cannon. However, if I were to separate them and have them be their own separate entities, not touching each other, I would have 20 different antimatter cannons that are basically crap. And my phone is going beep. I always forget to silence my damn phone. Just respond to that text quick. And put you on vibrate so that way I can know if anything important is happening. Alright, so all these antimatter cannons are one powerful antimatter cannon. And if we switch back to regular mode, press T, we can assign the weapons computer to a number. So we're going to go ahead and set that to 1 right now. And if we go ahead and fire it... Oh, right. I forgot one important crucial thing in order to fire weapons. I need power. So let's go ahead and attach some power cores. Actually, we'll do it like that. There we go. We got power now. Okay. Now we can fire the weapons array. And as you see, it fires fairly fast. Reload speed is pretty low. However, we can actually tweak this as well. When you click on the weapons computers, you can adjust the power, well, adjust the various attributes that the weapons have. For example, this thing is currently doing 113 damage when it hits. It can travel a distance of 468 meters, maybe? I don't know. The reload speed is 387.3. I do not know what that means. It'd be nice if this could show up in like seconds or something. And the speed of the laser blast when I click it is 26.3. I'm going to guess that's meters per second. I don't know. Now, we could drop the speed down quite a bit, actually. Could drop it down to 0% if we wanted to. And that would drop the speed down to 20.7. And then we can put all that stat into reload, which will actually drop the speed down even more, down to 15. And let's try it out. So as you can see, it fires twice as fast, and the bolt's not traveling as fast as it was. I actually kind of wonder. Oops, I hit the Y button. What does the Y button do? The Y button highlighted the shop. Okay, that was kind of strange. I wonder if we drop all of this down and put it all into reload time, what would that give us? And I can't hold the button down, which is also annoying. I would like to be able to just hold my button down and have it just automatically go in. So the damage is down to 1, but the reload speed is very high. The distance is also lower. And as you can see, as I'm firing this thing, it is going extremely fast. But it is draining our power levels very rapidly. If I hit F2, that detaches the mouse. The power level is right here, and this is your health. So as you see, the power level is going bye-bye. Just disappearing. Because it's taking up all of our extra power to just fire this laser at this speed. Alternatively, I can take all the power that we have, well, down to 50%. Let's just do that, because I don't want to click 100 times on each one. If I put half of our power into damage and half into reload speed, we have a very powerful bolt that we fire. Not quite as fast as a regular laser. Now, actually, it is a little bit faster, the rate of fire, but the speed of the laser itself is not as fast. So that's just some fun that you can have with the weapons computers. But we are going to go ahead and remove all of our weapons computers. And we're going to rearrange the power cores like so. And now we're going to press B to open the shop's inventory. This is where we can buy and sell things. Oh yes, I need to remove that as well. There we go, we have a small power cluster. Okay, open the shop's inventory and open our own inventory, and we are going to sell all of our weapons. But why would I sell all my weapons? There's pirates about in space. They will come and destroy my ship with ease, and I will not be able to stand a chance or put up a defense. Well, it's kind of a temporary thing. Because what we are going to do is buy a salvage computer. All we need is one. And we're going to buy as many salvage cannons as we can buy. And at a price of 1,400 per, how many can we get with that? Let me get my calculator out quick. 654. Let's see. 45450 divided by 1471. That can get us about 30 salvage cannons. So let's go ahead and get that. Purchase. Oops. 29. And we are essentially broke. But it is just a small setback. And we're going to put the salvage cannon right there. The salvage computer. So now we're going to get these salvage cannons attached, but placing salvage cannons is so tedious. Well, there's actually a fast way of doing it, fortunately, and we will actually get to that. If you hold Control, you'll enter the Advanced Build mode. Now, with the Advanced Build mode, you can place these blocks freeform and you will not be moving your camera around. But the important thing that we're looking at here is the X, Y, Z buttons. Now, when you adjust these, you increase the area where you're going to be putting the blocks down. So, if I want to place down several of these salvage computers, or salvage cannons, I can place down, say, 6 at a time. But I don't want 6 at a time, personally. I would rather do 5 and set up my salvage cannons, like that. There we go, all set up. It looks kind of nifty. Now, if we hit space, you'll see that we have a little bit of an issue of our salvage cannons kind of blocking our view. That's okay, though, because it's offering a little bit of protection for our core. So if we do start getting hit by pirates, it's not going to be all that bad. Let's just go ahead and put this into the 1 slot. Now, when we fire the salvage cannons, we're actually firing 6 different beams. This is allowing us to harvest 6 times as many blocks. Although the speed is a little bit less because we're not putting all the salvage cannons into one array. Basically, the more of each type of block controlled by a computer that you put together, the more power it has to it. But for salvaging, we don't really care about how much power we have, because we're just going to be sitting there taking apart an asteroid or a space station or enemy ships. Alright, so let's get back to build mode. So our goal is going to be to find a space station. Why a space station? Well, because space stations offer you a wide variety of valuable materials, namely plexiglass. Well, not plexiglass, it's called well, whatever this stuff was. And I forgot the name of it. Here, let me hop out. Actually, if I press the B button, I can see it in the general block section. Hulls. Scroll down to the glass. Plextanium, that's what it's called. Okay. Let's hop back into the ship, and this isn't really necessary what I'm doing, but I personally like to have a little bit of extra protection around my computers and stuff. And we'll place a couple up here. Then we'll place the thrusters on the back. The thrusters are important because as your ship gains mass, it needs more thrust to move it effectively. So when you have gigantic ships, you're going to need a lot of thrusters in order to make that thing even remotely maneuverable. If you do not have a lot of thrusters, it's going to be a rather slow turning ship, so you'll be able to get destroyed by basically anything with a gun. There we go. So now we have a semi-obscured view, but we can kind of see through some of the blocks, so it's alright. Now we are going to go traveling to various sectors until we find a space station. Oh, actually, we are in a sector with a space station. I probably should have checked that out first. Oh, but we are also in a sector with a bunch of pirates. And it looks like the pirates are actually at the same location as that space station. So we don't want to go there because we'll probably get destroyed. Yes. So let's leave that marked, or let's mark that station so we know which way not to go. Do not go that way. Fair enough. We will go to Sector 122 and find out what they have available there. Now, most of this game is traveling through empty space and not really having much to do. Let's see, we're still in the same area as those pirates are. Let's filter this out. No asteroids, and, well, we kind of want to have the ships. No planets. Okay, so let's continue on then to Sector 022. Da, 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 da. There is a station in that direction. I think it's another pirate station, though. Yeah, it seems those might be the same area. We have another station here. Ooh, actually, that's a different station, it looks like. See, pirates? They're over there. Pirate. Well, scroll through and check out each pirate. Oh, that's me. Okay, the pirates are still over in that direction. We might have found a space station that is neutral, which is always a good thing to do. Oh, hey, this is another space station, but... Okay, we're going to go for this station over here. It showed that the pirates are over in that general direction, so I'm hoping that they're more towards the shop we just left and less towards the station we're heading to. Because if they're towards this station we're heading to, we're going to be kind of in trouble. Uh-oh. This is not a good station. This looks exactly like a pirate station. We are not going to get out of... We're not going to get anything out of this. Run away! Flee in terror! Darn it! Curse you, pirates! Just zoom out so I can see if any damage happens towards my back. Okay, so let's head to Sector 023. Cursed pirates. Darn, I was hoping that we were in a good area. We're actually heading towards another station, though. Sort of. Should I try it? Last time it was a pirate. You know what? I'm going to try it because you'll never know unless you venture on and discover things for yourself. Okay, we're closing in. Oh, this is a neutral station. I recognize that design. Perfect. And just to be sure that there's nothing else around here. Yeah, it looks like most everything else I could potentially harm us is in the direction of that other station. So, this is a space station. I would go inside to show you around, but it's rather boring, and there's basically nothing inside. The only thing that is kind of interesting is a Plex elevator, or Plexilift, which is basically an elevator. Now, the thing that we want to collect from here is actually the windows, because the windows are extremely valuable. And harvesting this is going to be definitely going to be a very slow process, so you're going to have to kind of bear with me on a little bit of this. But I'm going to go ahead and melt just a large enough hole inside, and I guess I'll go in. Alright, park the ship in orbit and get stuck on said ship. Okay, so this is what the inside of the space station looks like. Very dark, void of any sort of decoration. There is a tiny... What is this? Huh. That's odd. But yes, this is the Plexilift. Or Plex Lifter, I guess it's called. And if we activate it, there should be a square that comes up here. Or maybe not. My Minecraft experience just wants me to press double space to see if I drop down fast. I know that's not going to work. Well, I guess I'm giving a small tour. This is basically all that there is to it. Empty hallways, empty hangars, empty common area, I guess. But at the very least, it looks pretty impressive when you're going up. So I'll probably be ending this episode in just a couple minutes because, well, there's not really anything else to talk about. And all that I'm going to be doing is salvaging a huge portion of this space station because, well, these things are basically decorative. Nothing else to them. I really am looking forward to if there's ever any other NPCs other than pirates. Because I would love to see friendly NPCs using these space stations and possibly acting as a center of trade or something. I don't know. It'd be cool. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Expect more of this series in the future, though maybe not as fast because, it is a kind of long and grindy experience so far. Kind of like default Minecraft. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave. I will see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.